channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel and to our community. So guys, it arrived in the mail yesterday. Minuit Et Demi, right here. It is Fragrance du Bois' latest fragrance release in collaboration with Demi Rawlings here on YouTube. Congratulations, Demi. I'm very excited for you. So I can't wait to share my thoughts on this perfume with you guys. I have a lot of thoughts. If you want to know what my thoughts are, please keep watching. So guys, Minuit Et Demi means half past midnight in French. So Demi Rawlings talked about this. She said that she was looking for the perfect name for the perfume. So because she was creating this fragrance for a nighttime, the sensual nighttime date night kind of fragrance, she thought that Minuit Et Demi would be a perfect name for it, and it goes with her name. So that's how she came up with the name. So you get the typical Fragrance du Bois packaging, you guys, with the sleeve, and on the back of the sleeve you have a note from Demi and her picture. And take the sleeve off, and here's the box. This is the same typical kind of Fragrance du Bois box. You know, I'm gonna take that out now. So this flap part comes down. This gorgeous velvet box that all the Fragrance du Bois fragrances come in. Here she is in the satin setting in there. So this is the 100 ml bottle, you guys. It doesn't come in any other size. So it's 100 ml, 3.4 fluid ounces, and it's limited edition. So here is the bottle. It's the typical Fragrance du Bois bottle with the jewel encrusted cap there. And it has Demi Rawlings' signature right there. So guys, I sprayed this on yesterday when it arrived, and I wore it all night. And I even went to bed with it because I wanted to really test it out. So let me spray this on a strip and also on my skin and clothes for you guys. So first the strip. So now I'm gonna spray it on my clothes, and I'm gonna pull my sleeve down and spray it on my skin. So you guys, I have a lot of thoughts on this perfume. Ooh, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. Let me take a moment. Let me smell it on my sleeve now. So guys, this perfume has a beautiful opening. It's a very soft, spicy, sort of fresh opening. This fragrance is very sensual, you guys. I mean, even the opening. The opening is gorgeous with that pimento and bergamot and cardamom. And cardamom adds that beautiful spicy touch to it. And then the pimento, you know, it's a type of sweet red pepper that adds a gorgeous touch too. And the bergamot gives that freshness to the opening. So together, it's a very soft, spicy. It's not an in-your-face kind of spicy. It's a very soft, sensual, spicy opening with that freshness from bergamot. It's beautiful. The opening is really beautiful. Actually, the opening sort of reminds me of the Christian Louboutin's Louis Rouge has cardamom in the opening. So there's like, you know, the moment that I sprayed it and I smelled the cardamom, it kind of, my mind went there. But this has more. This has like that, the slight spicy sweetness from pimento and the freshness from bergamot. And then that opening kind of gives away to the heart notes, which are caramel and coffee. So Demi said she wanted to make a gourmand fragrance. So this is a gourmand, but this is not a very sickeningly sweet type of gourmand. It's a very refined, slightly boozy gourmand. And that middle notes, the caramel and the coffee, neither one of them is super strong. The caramel doesn't hit you in the face, the coffee doesn't hit you in the face. It's like a very like well blended in there, and you can smell that gourmand touch from those two notes. And guys, the dry down is so sensual and gorgeous. It dries down to this sensual, very like refined, slightly boozy kind of dry down, and it lingers. Like I was wearing this perfume all day since it arrived in the evening into the nighttime hours until I went to bed. And after I showered, I sprayed it again to go to bed. It's not a bedtime perfume, but I wanted to test the longevity and all that. This is not a perfume that has like beast mode projection. It is not something that projects like to the other end of the room or anything like that, but it has decent projection. You know, if somebody's like standing right there, I mean, they can smell you. And Demi talked about it too. She said it's not something that has, you know, really super crazy projection. It is a close encounter, date night kind of sensual fragrance. Though it doesn't have crazy projection, it lasts. I tell you, I sprayed it on my clothes, I sprayed it on my skin, and I was lying in bed, and even before I went to bed, I was getting this whiffs of this fragrance every now and then. Like I could smell it. And my husband was sitting, I asked my husband if he could smell me. He couldn't smell me from over there, from the other side of the room, but he came close to me and he said, "Oh yeah, I can smell you." So he was like, you know, close to me and he could smell me. I kept getting this whiffs of this fragrance throughout the night. And I was lying in bed, I got this whiffs of it like every now and then, every time I turned over. So it's something that lingers and lingers and lingers, and you can smell it. So in the base, you guys, you get a bunch of gorgeous base notes. So you get vetiver, vanilla, musk, cedarwood, cashmere, tobacco, bourbon de layer. I think that is a, you know, obviously bourbon, probably a synthetic boozy kind of note. This has a lot of naturals, you guys, with a little bit of synthetic notes, but mostly naturals, a lot of naturals in here. On clothes, you guys, this lasts for a long time. Like I would say well over 8 hours. On the skin, it doesn't last as long. I would say like 5-6 hours, but the clothes, it lasts. Again, you will keep getting those whiffs of the perfume throughout that time you're wearing it. It's a unisex fragrance, and she mentioned that she wanted it to be a unisex fragrance. She was very particular about that, you know, it being a unisex fragrance so everybody can wear it. There's this softness to this fragrance. The spiciness in there is very, in the opening, it's very soft too. And the boozy quality that's in here, very soft as well. That gourmand touch is very soft. It's a very soft, sensual gourmand. I heard some people say that it reminds them of Changing Constant by Penhaligon's. I can see why they say that, because Penhaligon's perfume, Changing Constants, and this one shares some notes like pimento, cardamom, vanilla, caramel, tobacco, cashmere, but Minuit Et Demi has a lot more notes, especially in the base. That's where the biggest difference is. Minuit Et Demi, when it dries down, which happens, you know, quickly, you know, you spray it and then it goes into hard notes and then dries down. In the dry down, it's a different fragrance from Changing Constants. Minuit Et Demi is a very sensual, addictive, soft, almost kind of milky, has this lactonic kind of quality to it. Very soft fragrance. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's a very soft, sensual gourmand. Fragrance du Bois, I gotta say, you guys, I'm a huge fan of Fragrance du Bois fragrances. You guys already know I went gaga for the Oud Rose Intense. I love this fragrance, and I also have the Oud Jaune Intense. So these are my loves. I love Fragrance du Bois fragrances. I also have the mini version of the Oud Rose Intense. So I love Fragrance du Bois fragrances, and the nice thing about their fragrances, you guys, there's this softness to them, this refinement, like really softness, like the Oud Rose Intense, for example. It's not your typical oud rose combo, you know what I mean? It's very like, there's a freshness to it at the same time, softness, freshness. It's a very soft oud rose combo. And Minuit Et Demi is the same way. It's a gourmand, but it's not like this sickeningly sweet, super sticky and syrupy kind of gourmand. It's a very soft, sensual, kind of fresh a little bit, almost lactonic kind of gourmand, if that makes sense. You guys really have to get your noses on it yourselves to really know how this smells. It is definitely, I gotta say, it exceeded my expectations. I'm not saying I was expecting it to be not good. I expected it to be really good, but it sort of not exactly what I pictured. That's actually better of a gourmand than what I pictured, if that makes sense. It's not your typical gourmand, and I'm really happy to add it to my collection. I was waiting very impatiently for this perfume to arrive. I actually was probably one of the first people to buy this perfume. I believe it was December 19th last year at midnight. Obviously, Minuit Et Demi. It was released at midnight, and I was sitting right on my computer at 12:30 waiting to order it. I was like waiting for it to order, and I probably was one of the first people, or the first person to order this perfume. And it took a little longer than they said that it would take to arrive. But with COVID and storms and everything, it took a little longer, but it arrived. And Fragrance du Bois was really good at keeping me updated about all the little delays and why the delay was and everything. It was really nice. It was just my impatience that I just couldn't wait to get it. And it sold out, you guys, right away. Like, I think the next day or something, or I can't remember. But it sold right out, and they had limited, quantities. But guys, I heard that there's going to be a second release in March, so they're going to restock it, and there'll be a second release in March if you want to get your hands on this perfume. And it comes in this 100 ml bottle. There's no other size. I don't think there's sample sizes. I don't think there's any other sizes. This is the 100 ml 3.4 fluid ounce size. I took a gamble on it, and I'm glad that I ordered it. And you guys were like asking me, when are you going to review Minuit Et Demi? So I just really had to order it because I wanted to get it and review it for you guys. It was highly requested, and I'm really glad I did. Congratulations again, Demi. Minuit Et Demi by Fragrance du Bois. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of the Fragrance du Bois' latest release, Minuit Et Demi. And if you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload, so you don't miss any of the videos. I will see you guys in my next video.